The poor Detroit Lions and take a nosedive. Which is sad, because that first part actually lasted for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Anyway, you didn't miss much because I was able to go backwards a bit. It's a good thing we didn't add any house rules. House rules? You know, like losing one article of clothing every time you score less points. Is that some variation of strip poker? Of course, if you want to, we could always start playing that way. Eek. I'm sorry, I was only kidding. I didn't think you assume I was serious. Sometimes it's hard for me to sound like I'm joking. You scared me there for a second. I'd be naked before you even had taken off your shoes. I probably wouldn't be welcomed in her house anymore after that. If this one is anything to go by, that might be true. You got that right. You won by a landslide. Haha. Sorry, when I was a kid, I played this game all the time. I probably had an unfair advantage. Don't worry though, we have some other board games I'm not as experienced with. It'd be a more even playing field. As long as there's no nudity involved. Fuck you, nudity's awesome. Wednesday, it's time for AEW. We spent the last and my NFL pick show, and we spent the last couple of days relaxing. I'm worried that all the learning I did in school would drain out of my head. I know what you mean. I already feel some of what we started studying it to slip away, just because we're not in class. We better start cramming then. That is, if you're okay with it, of course. I know we're supposed to be on break, so it's fine if you don't want to. No, I really do need to study. If I don't crack open a textbook soon, I'll feel guilty. It's settled then. I don't want to be a bad host and bore you. So what should we study? I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. When it came to school breaks, I didn't even pick up a fucking school book. I threw them in the closet for that week. I'm like, you stay in there with the boogeyman and my hopes and dreams. I need some help with those grammar quizzes we always do at the beginning of class. It's like the teacher deliberately picks the most obscure thing to ask questions about. I don't think anyone would actually care about those kind of mistakes in real life. Alright, sure, let me grab my textbook. Thanks. Being curled up on the bed with Hershey's like this is a total different from when we were in school. It's so casual. Or is it more than that? I better start paying attention to the grammar. Although this is so one-sided, it's turned into more of a tutoring session. Well, I helped you with that, so do you mind if we look at math now? Nope, I'm all ears. I'm glad. I'm not very good at it, so I need all the study I can get. I don't understand how it can be so difficult. They're only formulas. You just have to do exactly what you're supposed to, one step at a time. But just when I think I have it figured out, I realize that it's the wrong answer. Just remember, put 8008 in a calculator. You'll get the best answer of all time. At least it gets easier the more you practice. Sometimes with grammar, I can practice a lot and still feel like I'm getting nowhere. It can be very situational. At least numbers are different in that way. You have a point. Let's work on some of these test problems in the book together. Alright, let me grab my calculator. Hey, I mentioned calculator and she's going to put 8008 in it. Know what that gets? Boob! Ugh. No. How long have we been studying? My brain is fried. I think I'm actually seeing numbers dancing in front of my eyes. Hershey is practically falling asleep on my shoulders. I would wake her up, but she looks so comfortable. I'm pretty comfortable too now that I think about it. Maybe we can just put math aside for now and doze off like this. Thursday, time for Law & Order Special Victims Unit, and then the next Law & Order after that. All that studying yesterday really wore me out, and we've been cooped up inside for a while. Do you want to go out for a bit? Sure, I think a little sun would do us some good. Some sun does sound nice. Where would you like to go then? Let's see, do we go to the park or do we go to the temple? Well, it might be Legends of the Hidden Temple, but I doubt that, so we're going to go to the park. Maybe we could visit the park. The weather's really nice and I could get some exercise. Being lazy is like a vicious cycle. Sure, that sounds great. Looks like there's a breeze outside. I think will have a we'll have kites packed away somewhere. Really? If you want to go find it, I can make us something to eat. Might be a little burden since we haven't used it in a long time. I'm not sure I can find it, but I'll go look. Let's go fly a kite and pretend we're in Mary Poppins. While Mr. J is trying to find Harley Quinn. She found a lot more than just the kite. I guess all the other outdoor stuff was packed along with it. Your family must really be the outdoorsy type. My mom is, I guess. But I tend to take after my dad. They're both bookworms who like nothing more than to be cooped up in a room all day. She likes to drag us outside to stay healthy, but not enough to avoid going nearsighted, I guess. See, there was some French word. Do you want to fly the kite now? Sure, but isn't it difficult? I never actually flown one before. Oh, yes, you have. Your brain flew a kite right out of your head after you decided to stay at this school. Really? Not even at festivals? That's alright. I just have to show you how. We need to let it catch the breeze and you can hold this. Either. I'm sure it's fine. It's really doable. I've crashed it before when I was first learning. Come on, let's go get it. Then maybe we can play tennis instead. I think we'll draw a little too much attention to ourselves with that fiasco. Friday. Weekend time. This week went by so quickly. I'm still like to brush up some more studying before we go back to school. I've done less than I usually do. I understand. I should do the same. I haven't actually been alone over this break, so I've had things to do. But I don't want to let that get in the way of my grades. Do you want to listen to some music while we study? That sounds like a great idea to make it less tedious, as long as I don't get too distracted. What kind of music do you want to listen to? Classical or pop music? I'm gonna go with classical. How about classical? I'm stuck. I'm not even worried about heading back to school. Be nice to see everyone again. This has been a strangely relaxing break. I thought it would be different since I have to pretend to be a girl. As it turns out, I can still definitely enjoy being away from school as much as anyone else. Actually, that probably shouldn't be surprising at all. Saturday. Hey, tomorrow's probably going to be spent packing and traveling, so I thought that maybe you'd want to go out one last time. We can make a day of it. That sounds like a great idea. I have a few places in mind for us to go if you want to get ready. Alright, I'll do that. I'll wear some casual clothes since I won't be able to dress like this as much when school starts. So, can I get your help? Why are you walking in like that so casually? I think the metal latch is bent oddly, so I can't connect it. Can you do it for me? Sure. Cause gotta help each other out, right? At least she came in here with some clothes on. Just turn around. I appreciate it. I hope it's not broken too badly. I like this sprawl. So do I, but I didn't expect it to be seeing it. I really hope my face isn't red. There, I unbent the latch too, so you shouldn't have as much trouble putting it on. Thank you. Are you almost ready? Yes, almost. Just a sec. Let's go put some clothes on. Alright, I'll finish getting ready. Why is she even wearing that out? Isn't that more for, like, evening activities? I hope she isn't planning on going to the bar tonight. And even if she was, why would it matter what she wore underneath? Unless, oh no. I hope a night before school starts doesn't involve other guys. It's one thing acting like a girl around other girls, but around other guys? And what if she goes out with someone? That shouldn't bother me, but ugh.